Hi students, today we are going to learn the remaining portion of our lesson. So what are things we learned in the previous class? Yes, we learned about water. We learned about water and water cycle. Then we learned about the forms of water. Which are the three forms of water? Yes, solid, liquid and gaseous. Solid, liquid and gaseous. Okay. Then today we are going to learn about infiltration and aquifer. Do you know what is aquifer? Aquifer means a place the groundwater is stored between layers of hard rock below the water table. Below the water table. What is water table? Water table is the underground boundary between the soil surface and the area where groundwater saturates. That means where the groundwater present, that area. Where is groundwater present? Groundwater present in between the spaces of sediments and crack in rocks. So that level is called water table. So aquifer means the place of groundwater is stored between it is a place in which the groundwater is stored between layers of hard rock below the water table. Layers of hard rock below the water table. This is known as an aquifer. This is known as an aquifer. Okay, next one, groundwater and water table. So here a picture is given to understand about groundwater and water table. Where is groundwater present? Here it is groundwater. Groundwater means we know that under the ground the water is sweeps into the underground of water. Then aquifer means it is a place there. It is an aquifer. Aquifer means it is a place. So groundwater is stored between the layers of hard rock below the water table. Hard rock below the water table we can see aquifer. So in between water table and groundwater, aquifer is there. Then next, how we can take out groundwater from a well through hand pump. Then we can see a stream or lake, that is a surface water. Okay. Then how is earth recharged with water? Yes, through rains. With the help of rain. Next, depletion of water table. Depletion of water table. Water drawn from under the ground gets replenished by seepage of rainwater. The water table does not get affected as long as we draw as much water as is replenished by natural process. However, water table may go down if the water is not sufficiently replenished. Water table is go down. That means if the recharging of water to the earth is taken place not properly, what happened? Yes, the water table goes down. Okay, go down. This may happen due to many reasons. Why the water table go down? Due to many reasons. Due to increase in pollution, due to industrial and agricultural activities. Then are some common factors affecting water table. What are the different factors affecting water table? Different factors affecting water table. First one, increase in population. Increasing population. Second one, increasing industries. agricultural activities. Agricultural activities. We can these are the different factors affect water table. Okay, first one, increasing population. Increasing population creates demand for construction of houses, shops, offices, roads and pavements. This decreases the open areas like a park and playground. This decreases the seepage of rainwater into the ground. Why? The increasing populations reduces or helps to go down the water table, because the increasing population creates demand for construction of houses, shops, pavements, offices, roads, etc. This decreases the open areas like parks and a playground. Then it turns to decreases the seepage of, that means flow down the rainwater into the ground. Then and also the puka floor does not allow water to seep in easily, while in a grass lawn water seeps through in no time. Then moreover, a huge amount of water is required for construction work. We know that for constructing work there is a lot of water is needed for construction work. Often groundwater is used for this purpose. Then we are consuming more groundwater, and other we are allowing lesser water to seep into the ground. This results in the depletion of water table. That means for the construction of in the construction field we need lots of water, so we use a lot of water for the construction of offices, houses, roads, pavement, shops, etc. So it will results for the depletion of water table. Next one, increasing industries. Through increasing industries, the water table also go in the way of depletion. Water is used by all the industries. Almost everything that we use needs water somewhere in its production process. So the number of industries is increasing continuously nowadays. So it is also one of the most common factor or one of the main reason for the depletion of water table. Water used by most of the industries is drawn from the ground. Groundwater is used. So due to the over usage of groundwater, the water table go down. Next, agricultural activities. A majority of farmers in India depend on agriculture. Then depends upon rains for irrigating their crops, for watering their crops. Then irrigation systems such as canals, then they are only in a few places. Even these systems may suffer from lack of water due to erratic rainfall. Okay, we know that some places do not get proper rainfall. In such situations, what happens? There is scarcity of water is faced by the farmers. So in that time, the farmers have to use groundwater for irrigation systems. Then population pressure on agriculture forces increasing use of groundwater. Use of groundwater day by day. This results in depletion of water table. Distribution of water. Next one, distribution of water. Which are the three reasons for depletion of water table? First one, increasing population. Second one, increasing industries. Third one, agricultural activities. We know increasing population. So now population is increased day by day. So the construction of houses, shops, offices, etc. were increased. For the construction of these buildings, we need water. So if we use lots of water, so due to that, the water tables go down. That means the depletion of water table takes place. Next one, increasing industries. Nowadays, the number of industries are increased. Due to that, for the production of goods, water is needed for purposes. So the increase in industry is also one of the reason for the depletion of water table. Next one, agricultural activities. Next one, agricultural activities. That means in some places there is lack of water is needed. That is, there is lack of canals for the irrigation for the in the field of agriculture. So in that time, the agricultural farmers use groundwater. So that is also one of the reasons for the depletion of water table. Next one, distribution of water. Next one, distribution of water. Okay, the distribution of water over the globe is quite uneven due to a number of factors. Some places have a good amount of rain and are water rich. On the other hand, there are deserts which have a scanty rainfall. India is a vast country, that is, India is a large country, and the rainfall is not the same everywhere. Some regions have excessive rains while some others have very little rainfall. Excessive rain causes what? Flood, whereas the absence of rains results in drought. Excessive rain causes what? Flood. Absence of rain causes drought. Absence of rain causes drought. Therefore, some regions in our country may have floods. Okay. Then we know the Kerala also faced floods in 1 year back. So we all know about the problems we face during the time of flood. Okay. Next one, water management. Next one, water management. In many places in our country provided a well-planned pipe system for the public. When the civic authorities supply water through pipes, not all may reach the destination. Then water supply pipes leaking and a lot of water gushing out of the pipes. We know that. Okay. So it is the responsibility of the civic authorities to prevent such wastage of precious water. So we should always careful to the usage of water. We never waste the precious water. Mismanagement or wastage may take place at the level of individuals also. Wastewater while brushing, we must waste water while brushing teeth, shaving, bathing, washing, during many other activities. And also we waste water through leaking taps, then from the huge water, it is also leads to huge water wastage. Next, how can we conserve the water? Through rainwater harvesting. Water through water harvesting or through rainwater harvesting. How can we make rainwater harvesting? First of all, during rainy season, what we do? Yes, we should collect the rainwater from the roof of our house through the small PVC pipes to a huge water tank under the ground. Then we should filter that rainwater for our different purposes. Then we leave the balanced rainwater into a huge pit under the water, so it will refill and recharge the underground water. So through this we can overcome the scarcity of water. We can overcome the scarcity of water through rainwater harvesting. Through rainwater harvesting. So we have at many places in India an age-old practice of water storage and water recharge like the Bowries. Bowry was the traditional way of collecting water. Bowry was the traditional way of collecting water. With the time, the Bowries fell into disuse and the garbage started piling in these reservoirs. Because of the acute water shortage, people in these areas have had to rethink. The Bowries are being revived. Today, the situation is that then there is we cannot manage without water. The scarcity of water is increased. So now our new generation also think about boundaries. So through making boundaries, we can save our precious resource water. A farmer using water in the field can also use water economically. Okay, like drip irrigation. Through drip irrigation. What do you mean by drip irrigation? Drip irrigation. Drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is a technique of watering plants by making use of narrow tubings which deliver water directly at the base of the plant. What is drip irrigation? It is a technique used for watering plants. By the farmers by making use of narrow tubings. We know that in the agriculture field, the drip irrigation means the water is flows through narrow tubings. It will helps to helps to the water to flow directly at the base of the plant. That is called a drip irrigation. Okay, in your textbook page number 201, a case study is given. Bhojpur in Kutch area of Gujarat has a very erratic rainfall. There is a little rainfall. The only source of fresh water lies underground because rivers in this area do not have water throughout the year. Over the years, demand for water has grown. The withdrawal of groundwater has far exceeded recharge. As a result, the water table has gone down alarmingly. So we know that why water table is go down because the over usage of underground water. What happens is the water tables go down. So if the water table is present just below the earth surface, it will help. There is lots of water is present in the underground. Okay, next in 1989, the villagers along with a non-governmental organization decided to harvest rainwater. 18 check dams were built on the Rukmavati river and its many tributaries are also they make. The water so collected increased percolation through the soil and recharged the aquifers. According to farmers, the wells have water now and the water that flowed into the sea and was wasted has become available for irrigation. Drip irrigation in the field. Drip irrigation in the field means this. Drip irrigation we can make the drip irrigation like this. Drip irrigation means first of all we should plant trees on two sides of the land. Then small PVC pipes are provided for the water supply to the plant. Okay, this is called drip irrigation. The water is directly flow at the base of the plant. Next, what role we can play? We know how there are a number of ways we can adopt to minimize the wastage of water. First one, water-wise habits. Turn off taps while brushing. Mop the floor instead of washing. Then what? Yes. always keep vegetation, always planting trees. Then with them you can write your comments on your notebook. Okay, next one, effect of water scarcity on plants. We must have seen potted plants did not get water even for a few days. What happens? Yes, the plant get died. Okay, so here effect of water scarcity of plants. The green character of the, we know that effect of water scarcity on plants. What happens if the plants face the scarcity of water? What happens? Yes, the plant does not grow well, it become die. So it become dry up, not watered for a few days, A successful initiative is given. Rajasthan is a hot and a dry place. We know there is Thar desert is there. So the challenge of natural scarcity of water was met by a successful experiment. A band of social workers has transformed a dry area in the Alwar district into a green place. They have revived 5 dried up rivers: Arveri, Rupare, Sarsa, Bagani and Jagaswali by constructing water harvesting structures. Okay, so a successful initiative is given for you to read. All of you read your textbook. Okay, you can understand about the importance of water, about the precious resource, water. Okay, children, our lesson is over. So once again, we will revise this lesson. So what are things we learn in your textbook, page number 200? Rain map of India is given. Rain map of India is given. Rainfall in centimeters is given. Above 400 rainfall is given. Then the blue color, navy blue colored indicates above 400 centimeter rainfall get in that states. Then next 200 to 400, 100 to 200, 60 to 100, 40 to 60, 20 to 40, then 0 to 20 is also given. In Gujarat, okay. Okay students, once again about this lesson. Water a precious resource. Water a precious resource. On which day we celebrate World Water Day? On which day we celebrate World Water Day? Yes, on 22nd March. 22nd March we celebrate World Water Day. Okay. Then we know that we learned about in which season we face the scarcity of water. During summer season. During summer season we face the scarcity of water. Okay, how much water is available on earth? 71% of earth is fully covered with the water. Okay, only a small amount of water is fresh water. That fresh water is needed for the human consumption. Okay. Next one, we know that the earth is look like a blue planet. Why our earth is appear like a blue planet? Why does it appear blue? Because about 71% of the earth's surface is covered with the water. If we take a photo from the space, we can see that our earth is a blue planet. Our earth is a blue planet. So we know that water is a precious fundamental. Water is a precious fundamental and also precious fundamental and important essential factor required for the survival of human beings or survival of living things. Next we learn about forms of water. What are the three forms of water? Solid, liquid and gas. Solid, liquid and gas. Solid, liquid and gaseous. So which are the different form of which are the different solid form of water? We can see the solid form of water in snow and in the form of ice. It is present in ice caps at the poles of the earth, snow covered mountains and in glaciers. And in where? In glaciers, snow covered mountains and at the poles of the earth. Ice caps at the poles of the earth. Then we can see the liquid water where is present in the liquid water. The another form of water, that is liquid. Liquid water is present in oceans, lakes, rivers and even underground. Next we learn about gaseous form of water is present in the form of water vapor in the air. It is present in the air around us, that means in the atmosphere. Then we learn about water cycle. Water cycle is completed by going through different processes like the evaporation, groundwater, then evaporation, then condensation, clouds, transpiration, infiltration, precipitation. These are the different processes. Through this process, the water cycle is completed. First one we know about groundwater. How is groundwater formed? Yes, we know groundwater is formed due to what? During rainy season or during monsoon season. What happened? Yes, the water goes down to the earth. The water goes down to the earth. Okay. Then what happens? Yes, it remains like underground water. How we take that underground water? Yes, through hand pumps or making tube wells. From the tube wells we can take the underground water. Next evaporation. Next one, evaporation. How evaporation takes place? The process of conversion of water into water vapor. Through that process, the evaporation takes place. Through that process, evaporation takes place. Okay. Then we can say that clouds. How are clouds formed? Do you know how are clouds formed? The clouds are formed. First of all, we know the water present in the water bodies. The water levels present in the water bodies are decreased day by day during summer season. What happened? Yes, due to the heat of sunlight, the water evaporates. Water is changed into vapor form. Then that hot vapor rises upwards, and at a particular or at a sufficient height, what happens? It becomes cooler and cooler. Then the water present in the vapor condenses and floating in the air. Then it forms droplets. That droplets combine to the smaller droplets combine to form what? Clouds. Then we can see big clouds in the sky. How the big clouds form? Yes, the small droplets join together and form a big clouds. Next one, transpiration. We know that the plants also need water for their survival. So water is the essential factor needed for the plants. Then we know that how the plants take out water. Yes, the plants absorb water from the soil through roots. That roots helps the plants to absorb water. That absorbed water is transported to the leaves of the plants. Then that with the help of that water, the leaves of the plants prepare their food through photosynthesis. Then the remaining water is evaporated through a process, transpiration. Then that through transpiration it is released to the atmosphere again. Then that atmosphere again in the form of vapor. So that vapor is also condenses and form the clouds. Next, infiltration. Next, infiltration. We know the infiltration means the process seeping of water into the ground. Seeping of water into the ground. We know that during rainy season what happens? The rainwater goes down to the earth. So then we know in between the soil and in between the rocks present under the earth contains so many spaces. So in between these spaces are filled with the rainwater. So that flow of water under the ground, under the earth is called infiltration. Then through infiltrations, we can store water. The earth can store water. Next, aquifer. Aquifer means it's a place present in the groundwater, in between the groundwater and the water table. That is, aquifer is there. So if we misuse the groundwater, if we overuse the groundwater, what happens? The depletion of water table happens. Depletion of water table happens. The depletion of water tables leads to what? Drought. Leads to drought. Okay. Next we learn about depletion of water table. Which are the different reasons for the depletion of water table? First one, increasing population, increasing industries, agricultural activities, etc. First one, increasing population, increasing industries, increasing agricultural activities. These are the different reasons for the depletion of water table. Next, distribution of water. How can we distribute water? How can we distribute water? We can distribute water through public supply of water. Then we can reduce our over usage of water for maintaining or for overcoming the scarcity of water. Next, we can save water through rainwater harvesting. We can overcome the scarcity of water through maintain water harvesting or rainwater harvesting. And also in some areas or in some places in our country, bowries are also helpful for the storage of water. Bowries means it is a traditional way of collecting water. Okay. Next, the farmers also use drip irrigation to reduce the wastage of water. So they use drip irrigation for their crops. So it will help the wastage of water. It will help to reduce the wastage of water and also helps to absorb the plants directly and properly. Next, we learn how we can save our water through turn off taps while brushing, bathing, washing, etc. And also we can planting trees in our surroundings, so it will helps the earth to store water during rainy season, etc. Okay, children, next exercise portion. Our lesson is over. You should read your textbook more and more times. It's a very simple lesson. If you read your text more and more times, you can answer all the questions in your own words. Okay. Okay, first one, mark true if the statement is true and if it is false. First one, the fresh water stored in the ground is much more than that present in the rivers and lakes of the world. It is true. Water shortage is a problem faced only by people living in rural areas. Water shortage is a problem faced only by people living in rural areas. False. Water shortage is a problem faced by the people living in anywhere. Water from rivers is the only source for irrigation in the field. False. Then rain is the ultimate source of water. Yes, true. Explain how groundwater is recharged. How is groundwater can be recharged? Through rainwater harvesting we can recharge our groundwater. Through maintaining vegetation, we can recharge groundwater, etc. Next, fill in the blanks. People obtain groundwater through from their hand pumps and from tube wells. Three forms of water are, which are the three forms of water? Three forms of water. This one, solid, liquid and gas. The water bearing layer of the earth is water table. Next, the process of water seepage into the ground is called infiltration. Which one of the following is not responsible for water shortage? Rapid growth of industry is responsible for water shortage. Increasing population is responsible for water shortage. Heavy rainfall is not responsible for water shortage. It is responsible for remove the water shortage. Mismanagement of water resources is responsible for water shortage. Next, choose the correct option. The total water in the lakes and the rivers of the world remains constant. Under the ground remains constant. In the seas and oceans of the world remains constant. Of the world remains constant. The total water of the world remains constant. Then, ninth question. Make a sketch showing groundwater and water table. Label it. Here, this picture is given. Make a sketch showing groundwater and water table. Page number 198. 98, figure 6.7. So our lesson is over. So let's wind up the class. Okay children, thank you.